Good morning, good morning, good morning, seedlings. This is going to be a Mango Seed exclusive video on SXP Swipe against the Bitcoin pairing. Now, Swipe is doing something really interesting that I figured would be, well, good to talk about, right? It's going to be more of an educational video, this one over here, not one of the trade opportunity videos, but there is a trade opportunity to be had over here, definitely. So we can go ahead and discuss that too. But in this video, I just want to talk about how you can identify a chart that might be worth keeping an eye on in a bull or bear market, right? So a quick summary on what we've been doing with Swipe thus far. We've been trading it all the way since somewhere around here, I do believe, right? Again, not every trade is going to be as amazing as this one has been for us, as account boosting as this one has been for us, but you need to try for every trade strategy that you do have in your book, right, in your repertoire, in your tool set. You got to just keep trying those trade strategies. And when you're looking for a trend trade, guys, remember, you don't need every single one of them to win. You just need one out of every 5 to win, because the wins that you do get, they are massive. Okay, so if you guys do remember, my first trade on Swipe actually was a loser, right? There was a nice, beautiful symmetrical triangle that I was hoping would break out towards the upside, but what did it do? It broke towards the downside, and immediately it gave me one of my other trade setups, and I took the trade immediately, right? I took a loss, right? Got out of the trade. In fact, Swipe has been so generous that even the loss was a retest of the level. So charts can be generous like this, and when it does, right, again, we're getting into what I want to talk about. When charts do start giving you those generous exits or those generous take profits, keep an eye on those charts, guys. Okay, take a note of it and keep it in your list of charts to keep an eye on, because those charts, what they're really doing is saying to you, hey, I am going to be playing off levels. I'm going to be making your life easy. I'm going to be giving you the mango trades, the stress-free trades. Remember, they don't need to go your way, but they need to just keep you stress-free, whether it be a winner or whether it be a loser, right? Whether it be an uptrend or whether it be a downtrend. It should be easy for you to read. And as soon as the chart starts doing something choppy and starts doing weird stuff, just get out of it. Just get out of the trade. Get out of that coin or that asset completely and find something else, right? So for example, SXP has been beautiful for us. It's been so easy to trade. We're going to be talking about some of the, giving you an example in today's video. But Chainlink is another one. Why do I love Chainlink? I don't know too much about the fundamentals regarding Chainlink, but all I know is that throughout the bear market, it just giving us easy and easier trades each time, and it's still doing it. And I'll continue to play Chainlink as long as it keeps giving me those trades. As soon as it becomes stupid difficult, right, to trade it, I'm just going to get out of it. I'll find something else to trade, right? Similarly with Bitcoin, we have a good read on it, which is why we trade it on the time frames we talk about. I've been telling everybody in the Grove as well, the daily YouTube videos, the 4-day has been giving us easy trades, so we keep taking those, right? Okay, now enough off the rant. Let me go ahead and delete all of this, and let's talk about what I want to talk about. So if you are noticing over here, we are actually in a downtrend now. Not all of you guys have finished all the modules, so I won't get into the technicalities of all of that, but again, the trend analysis module is going to be your friend for this entire bull market and the upcoming bear market as well, right? That being said, the support and resistance on this chart has been played to the T as well. So we have, again, over here, initially was resistance, okay? Again, using a support and resistance module, you would have marked this out as resistance right off the bat, or kept an eye on it at the very least, and then it was validated for you right over here, right? As soon as we start closing, remember, candlestick analysis module now, what are we looking for? The market accepting price over the horizontal, over the resistance that you marked over here, and the market did not, right? Well, it gave us a rejection right here and drive down immediately. Now, this is where it got interesting, because you would have initially looked for the price to get supported over here, right? That's what I would have been looking for, and that's what I was looking for. It didn't. That's when I said, hey, you know what? I'm likely going to be staying out of this until it gives me signs. When did it give us our signs? Right over here, right? Now, again, I'm not going to go into all of that. We did videos on this, but that's when the charts are trending on the lower time frames, the 4-hour, the 1-hour, etc. When you see a parabolic move like this, okay, it's usually because on the lower time frames, it's trending really well. And it's up to you to figure out the time frame that this chart is currently playing. And SXP was trading on the 4-hour and the 1-hour during this entire move. That being said, ever since we had this blow off top over here, right, candlestick analysis module again over here, guys, we took out the low over here, got rejected right over here, blah blah blah, we started our downtrend, right? So we have a high, lower high over here too on this rejection. And what have we had each time? Low, 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 right? Now, what's happening over here, guys? Do we have a low? Yes and no. We don't have a low in terms of wick basis. If we do take out this wick low over here, it's going to be uglier rather, but we do have a low on a candle closing basis, right? So we close yesterday's daily candle right underneath this horizontal over here. So on a candle closing basis, we have put in a new low. So the downtrend is still intact in the daily chart. But remember, we started our massive uptrend on the lower time frames. So it's fair to start if you want to be a little bit more aggressive, or rather if you want to start with a smaller position and build a position for potential break towards the upside and a potential reverse in trend. It's completely fine to be looking for reversals across this horizontal over here, because remember, guys, okay, let me go ahead and delete. This was your historical resistance, right? That flipped into support right over here, and you're seeing it get respected, right? So as soon as you see this, over here, right, a nice wick and a candle close above the zone over here, what is that telling you? Again, going back to our candlestick analysis module, that the market is rejecting price underneath the zone over here, right? At least until yesterday. So we are still respecting the zone, by the way. Okay, if you mark out you see, if you guys do notice, I have a yellow horizontal over here and the white horizontal underneath, right? So I have a zone that I'm looking at. So that's what's more important to me. But if you want to be more cautious, right, if you're on the trade, I would have been getting out. I'm not in this trade, but I was, up until I took a long from around here to around here, where I got out. We'll talk about that very soon. But if I was still in this trend trade, I would have been getting out over here, right? I don't want to wake up tomorrow morning and see a move all the way back down over here. That being said, if you're looking for support and resistance, right, it'd be fine. If you're looking for a bullish play where you're looking to take a long, it'd be fine to start saying, hey, you know what, I do like this as support. I do want to start a position over here, especially if I'm seeing the right things that I do want to see on the lower time frames, right? And we'll get to that in a bit. That being said, you can see how the zone over here is being respected, right? We came up today, tested the zone over here, and we are seeing some resistance over there. All right, so we talked about trend analysis, we talked about candlestick analysis, and we talked about support and resistance too, right? But what can we get out of this? Should we be looking to be taking a long-term trade on this? No, we shouldn't, because the trend on the longer time frames, right? This chart is mature now. Okay, guys, when I was taking my trades, right, I was looking at the lower time frames because the chart didn't have enough history. But now the chart is beginning to mature. Against the Bitcoin pairing, SXP isn't doing too well. Okay, the trend is still down. That being said, support and resistance plays are still in play, right? You can still look for those trades as long as you're willing to, one, get out of the trade as soon as you get a rejection like this, or two, well, just play support and resistance, right? Take your enter somewhere around here, and you need to exit over here. If you tell yourself this is a support and resistance play, you need to stick with it and not change your mindset. When I got into my position over here, I was looking for this to actually reverse and go this way, but it didn't. Okay, so let's see what happened on the lower time frames. And this is what I mean by a chart playing really nice and giving you exactly what you want to see. Let's go down on over to the low. In fact, first, let me go ahead and delete all of these brush drawings. Delete, that should be good enough. Okay, cool. So I want to go on over to the 4-hour first, and I want to mark out this, or rather point out this beautiful trend line that SXP was, again, you guys know what I think about trend lines. We use them only as guides, but they are good guides, right, to follow, to see that, hey, is this chart respecting what I am seeing on it, right? Remember, what you are seeing is your interpretation. That's all. Now the question is your interpretation right? Is your interpretation of what is going on in the market right? And when you start seeing some things like this, you're like, okay, you know what? This is being respected. I have a good read on this market. And that way, what that gives you guys is, one, an opportunity to keep adding to your position, keep building those profits as the trade goes in your favor. Or two, get out almost immediately as soon as the trade breaks the trend, right? So we were watching this trend and we were taking the trades all across this trend line over here, all the way to the upside, right? Building a position. But what happened right after? Well, we got the break. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Got the break right over here. And that's when you know, hey, you know what? This isn't going my way anymore. It did go my way, but it wants to respect the higher time frame trend, which is towards the downside, which is fine. Again, going back to our trend analysis module, we may have a uptrend on the lower time frames, but if the higher time frame is still in a downtrend, the higher time frame may kick in at any time, and stop the lower time frame from continuing its trend, right? And well, that's exactly what we're seeing over here, guys. We saw the 4 hours start putting in an uptrend, right? We have a low, higher low, higher low, high, higher high, higher high, get rejected. Don't see the continuation we would have liked to see, but hey, that's fine. That's fine. You don't need every trade to freaking be a moonshot, right? Just get out. Now you've taken whatever profits you've had from this. Actually ended up being a support and resistance trade if you think about it, because what happened? I was looking for it to have a nice trend. It broke the resistance actually, but failed to continue. And when it failed to continue, it gave us a perfect clean exit. Oops. Right at the resistance. That, let's say I was playing this as support and resistance, I would have been buying here and selling in the zone, right? That's exactly what SXP ended up giving us anyways, because broke down next morning, perfect retest, and now again downtrend on the lower time frame. Beautiful channel into what? Into our daily support level. Currently support, because initially it was resistance. Now we can keep an eye on this, guys. Okay, if you want to get aggressive, you could be looking to be buying here, or you could simply wait for, let me go ahead and delete this right here. Okay, you could simply wait for this trend to start reversing towards the upside, and then you'd have another support and resistance play, a potential trend reversal towards the upside, or two, what could you be looking for? If you were Krisha, you'd be looking for the break of this channel, right? We have a down channel now. It doesn't look too pretty over here, right? But look how aggressive this has been on the 1 hour, and look how clean it was on the 1 hour. Let me go ahead and adjust this again. We just use trend lines as guides, okay? So what do we have? We have a beautiful structure over here, guys, that's getting more and more aggressive. It started off slow, and now you're seeing it begin to ramp up, and that's how you start having your trends. This may either be trend continuation or trend reversal very, very soon. Okay, so let's do a quick recap. Okay, we have a daily time frame here that is currently in a downtrend, going into major support and resistance, or rather SNR flip. That was initially resistance, now currently support. Was initially, okay, so we went into our major support here, right? That was initially resistance. Started a 4-hour uptrend back into resistance, got rejected, and then started a 1-hour downtrend back into your support, right? Which was initially resistance. Now the question is, do we reverse over here, or do we just keep going down? Because remember, just because this is considered a falling channel, a bullish channel, doesn't mean that this can't go on forever. Guys, this could go on forever and forever, and go all the way back down to our next level, which is currently at around 19,000 Satoshi, right? It could keep going down and then break towards the upside. Remember, there are lots of 1-hour candles in a day, so we could respect this. For example, we could respect this today and stay around the zone, break down tomorrow, test the zone over here, and then break towards the upside. So always be wary. Just because you see a bullish channel, just keep in context of everything that's going on, and the high time frames are in a downtrend. Okay, now currently the 1 hour is in a downtrend, the 4 hours in a downtrend, the daily is also in a downtrend. So unless you're playing this as support and resistance and you believe in this zone over here, you need to be careful and play it accordingly. All right, if you do take a look over here, right, let me clear everything. Right over here we did have an M-like formation, right? We had a push towards the upside, and then another try which was lower than the other try, right? This is the classic M-like formation that I do look for, with your neckline lining up with our support and resistance flip zone, breaking towards the downside, giving you the perfect retest, respecting it, and downtrend, right? Again, this is what I mean by keeping an eye out for charts that are respecting these levels, because when you do see it respect these levels, it gives you easier stress-free trades, because the probability, remember, not the certainty, the probability of it continuing to respect the levels is in your favor, right? So you keep taking these trades until they don't work anymore. And so far, thus far, SXP has had your daily levels being respected, your 4-hour levels being respected, and your 1-hour levels also. Well, it's trending on each of these, right? Trending towards the downside on the 1 hour, trending towards the upside on the 1 hour, and similarly with the 4 hour. Now the question is, the daily downtrend, is it going to end, or is it going to continue? So if it does end over here, rather, or I don't say it does end, if we do see a break of this channel, what could we end up seeing this morph into, right? We had a push towards this resistance line over here, right? This resistance zone, then another down push. If we do see a reversal, probably another up push, Could this be a W-like formation? But if we do just bounce over here, we have this wick over here too, right? So this would actually have your psychology of an ascending triangle. Yes, it's pushed down a little bit lower than we'd like, but either way, we could end up doing something like this. It could take its time. That being said, I am leaning towards this breaking towards the downside, more so because, well, my opinion on altcoins has changed over the past couple of days. I did notice a couple of things that got me a little bit wary, and it's why I'm not in many altcoins anymore. I am going to be waiting to get some more signs of confidence. Until then, I'm happy to wait for the trend to continue doing what it wants to do, right? Remember, the downtrend is still intact on the higher time frames, and I'm going to be playing it that way. The higher time frames rule, and unless I was feeling risky based on what the rest of the market was doing, and I'm not seeing the rest of the market being absolutely bullish right now, right, at least in the short to mid time frames, the altcoin markets in specific, I am not looking to be taking any risk. So again, like I said, it's valid to be looking for this trade over here, support and resistance, but I will be leaning towards the direction of the trend, and the trend on the daily time frame is towards the downside. Okay, so again, that is something a little bit more educational. It could go my way, it could go against me, and we may simply bounce over here and go to the moon, and I'll miss my play. I'll see you guys in the next video. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this kind of video, guys, either in the Mango Seed discussion chat, and if you have any questions, go ahead and discuss it with the rest of the group in the Mango Seed. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.